This podcast is sponsored by BuyBiz.io. Discover premium AI-driven online businesses for sale, perfect for standalone growth or seamless integration. Explore now at BuyBiz.io to kickstart your digital success.
How to determine business market value, a simple guide for buyers and sellers. Learn easy ways to determine a business's market value, including key methods and tips, plus find AI-based businesses for sale with Archieboy Holdings. How to determine the value of a business, a friendly chat. Hey, so imagine you're thinking about selling a business or maybe buying one, and someone drops this question on you. Hey, how do you even figure out what a business is worth? Sound familiar? It's one of those topics that seems complicated but is actually pretty interesting once you break it down. I'm glad you asked because I've spent quite a bit of time with this stuff, and today I want to share some insights in a way that's easy to follow, like I'm telling a friend over coffee. First things first, business market value is simply the price someone is willing to pay for a business, right? But behind that simple statement are several methods and factors that influence that price. Let's talk about the most common ways people figure this out. Asset-based valuation. Basically, this is looking at all the assets a business owns. Think equipment, inventory, real estate, patents, and then subtracting any liabilities, like debts or loans. It's kind of like adding up what's inside the business's wallet. This method is more straightforward, but doesn't always capture the real income-making potential. Income-based valuation. Here, the idea is to look at how much money the business brings in, profits or cash flow, and then use that to gauge value. Two popular methods under this are capitalization of earnings, where you take a single year's earnings and divide it by a capitalization rate, which reflects risk and return. Discounted cash flow, DCF. This method estimates the future cash flows and then discounts them back to today's dollars to find out what those future earnings are worth now. Market-based valuation. Think of this as real estate on Wall Street. You look at comparable businesses, what they're selling for recently or currently ask for, to get a market price. This works well if there are plenty of similar businesses for sale, but can be tricky if your business is unique. Now you might be wondering, which method is the best? The truth is, many buyers and sellers use a combination of these approaches to come to a fair value. It also depends on the type of business, its growth potential, industry trends, and even who's doing the buying or selling. Another factor that plays a big role but sometimes gets overlooked is intangible assets. These could be brand reputation, customer base, exclusive contracts, or even a really great team. Valuing intangibles isn't easy, but they add serious value beyond just the numbers on a spreadsheet. So, how does this all come into play if you're looking to enter the business market or exit it? Actually, there are some really cool platforms out there now, like Archieboy Holdings' AI-based businesses for sale, where you can explore AI-driven businesses that are up for grabs. The listings are detailed, and they often showcase well-vetted businesses with transparent pricing models. It's a great way to browse and see real examples of how businesses are priced in today's market. If you're curious, you can check out their full selection right here. Explore our listings today. This is a perfect starting point for anyone interested in buying or selling, especially with the rise of AI businesses that are reshaping industries. Before I wrap this up, here's a quick tip. When thinking about business market value, never get too caught up in just the headline numbers. Look beneath the surface. Ask yourself, what's driving the revenue? Are there recurring customers, or is income seasonal? How competitive is the market? Is there room for growth, or is the business stable but stagnant? And importantly, how hands-on or hands-off can the business operation be? Understanding these will help you have a more realistic expectation and better negotiate if you're buying or selling. Alright, that's enough business chat for one day. Hopefully next time you hear market value, you'll nod knowingly and maybe even impress some friends with your savvy answer. Remember, the business buying and selling world is full of opportunities, especially with platforms like Archieboy Holdings' AI-based businesses for sale, making it easier than ever to jump in. Check out https www.bybiz.io listings for a look at what's out there. Who knows, your next big move might be just a click away.